What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the New Balance Abzorb 2010 in this gray day colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Capsule. Capsule is a brand new product on the market which helps sneaker collectors or sneaker enthusiasts keep their kicks looking fresh and extending their useful lives by up to 2 times. So you've seen it before, those grails that are pretty old and over time you see them just crumbling. Well, Capsule is a preservation system which targets the 2 main reasons why your shoes fade, age, and crumble over time, which is hydrolysis and oxidization. So it's a very simple process. You can see I have the product right here, and in my pod I have the Off-White Air Max 97s. So this is a perfect example of a shoe that I'd probably wear once or twice a year, and then the rest of the time it's just sitting on a shelf in a shoebox. So by keeping it in this airtight protective pod, it's not only UV protective, but by injecting their secret sauce, which comes in the form of a cartridge, this not only pushes out the bad air inside here containing the dirt and the oxygen, but it pushes in the preservative, which is the key to preserving the life of your sneakers. So this is a scientifically backed formula, and it's totally fine to be skeptical. I'll link their socials, their website, all that stuff down below, so check them out, do your own research. And if you're in the market to look for a way to keep your shoes wearable for a longer amount of time, Capsule is a perfect product for you. So let them know that you heard about them through my channel. So this right here is my latest Abzorb 2010 pickup, which is part of New Balance's Gray Day collection, named after its most iconic and used color. So the Abzorb 2010 is a brand new silhouette I've reviewed on my channel a couple times already, and it draws obvious inspiration design-wise from models like the 990 V3. So these dropped in late May for $160 US or $195 here in Canada. The product code is U2010GD, and the official colorway for this shoe is Arid Stone, Rain Cloud, and Calcium. So jumping into the details of the shoe itself, the base layer of the shoe is crafted out of a gray colored diamond style mesh. Right below this we have this reflective silver 3M, and then surrounding the front toe cap we have this very soft and buttery gray colored nubuck, and in real life this is a very warm colored gray. It's almost like a light beige. Right underneath this we have this very tightly wound mesh, and then overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this darker synthetic nubuck. Covering the eyelets, we have more of that same gray colored nubuck, and then on the mid panel, we have this oversized New Balance N logo. This is done in this reflective silver finish with a white colored outline on the edges. Next to this, we have a combination of synthetic nubuck, more of that genuine nubuck, and that diamond style mesh. And then covering the bottom of the heel, we have this long-haired or shaggy suede, which covers the entire back half of the sneaker. We have this tightly wound mesh on the very bottom, and then on the top of the heel, we have another layer of synthetic nubuck, along with another reflective silver panel with blue colored New Balance branding. As far as the laces go, this pair only comes with one lace option, and they're a flat style, off-white colored lace. Underneath this, the tongue is crafted out of that same diamond style mesh. We have this synthetic nubuck layer on the top, along with another reflective silver panel with New Balance branding in blue once again. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a darker gray colored liner, and then for the insoles, these come with a pretty well padded foam-lined insole. We have this white colored liner on top and New Balance 2010 branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the shoe sits atop the star of the show, which is this chunky Abzorb foam midsole. So the midsole is painted in this cream color, and then we have these Abzorb SBS pods. This helps with impact protection and shock absorption, and is visible on the lateral heel and covering the entire back of the heel as well. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so the outsole here is also done in this cream-like color. So we have these flex grooves to give you some added flexibility, and you can see the New Balance branding etched away from the foam right down the center of the heel. And then in the middle, we have New Balance's Stability Web technology. This is this translucent TPU shank plate, which helps with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me, these fit the same as the past 2 2010s that I've reviewed, so I personally go true to size. I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 and they fit me very comfortably. For some people, if you have like a really wide midfoot, this might be a little bit of a snug fitting sneaker, but I feel like for the majority of people out there, going with your actual measured foot size should fit you fine. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also go true to size or a size 10 in other New Balance made in Asia models like the 860 V2, 2002R, 1906R, and the made in UK models like the 1500, 991, and 991 V2. Whereas I go a half size down usually to a 9.5 in a lot of New Balances made in USA models like most of their 990 series, the 992, and the 993. Moving on to the comfort, so this model, like I've mentioned before, is surprisingly comfortable, and it's a lot more comfortable than I initially expected. I'd say that it's not as soft or as pillowy as like a 9060, but they definitely feel a little bit bouncier and softer than, for example, a 1906R. I just feel like there's more cushioning underfoot with this model. And with the inclusion of the Abzorb SBS, it gives you more of that springy and bouncy feel. You don't feel dead underfoot whatsoever, and all in all, it's just a pretty comfortable sneaker, all things considered. Is it gonna be as comfortable as like a 992 or 993 over an extended period of time? Probably not, but for immediate step in comfort, and just for an everyday type of sneaker at an affordable price point, I think this is a really, really solid option. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality on this pair I thought was actually pretty decent. The nubucks and the suedes used on the shoe feel extremely soft, very, very buttery, as much as that term is overused. I was very impressed with those materials used. There are synthetic materials used on the shoe, but that's common across any New Balance sneaker that you're gonna see, so really no complaints there. The build of the shoe I thought also was pretty solid. There were some very minor glue stains and some very minor issues with the stitching, but all in all, for a GR, I feel very impressed getting these in hand. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and let's show you guys how these look. All in all, I think the biggest takeaway from this pair is that in real life, the color, it's not really too much of a pure gray. Like I said, it has a really warm tone to it, almost like it's a really pale khaki. But regardless, I think it works perfectly with this cream colored midsole, and together it just creates a very wearable end product. This is probably my favorite colorway that has released so far. I'm gonna rank this over the Dockside and the Kith collaboration as of now. I just love the wearability and the simplicity of this colorway. So for those reasons, I'm really happy to add this pair to my personal collection. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this gray day colorway of the Abzorb 2010? For anyone watching, did you also pick these up? I know it's been a few weeks since these dropped, so you should have had an opportunity to grab these and they should have been delivered to you by now. If you do have them, let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts now that you have them in person? And as usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll add my social media links, all that good stuff down below. And again, a huge shout out to Capsule. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch everybody in my next review.